Coach Josh Schertz with us, flanked by Ryan Conwell and Jayson Kent. We're going to ask Josh to start off with a statement on the game, and then we'll go to questions for all three of the Sycamores on the dais. Josh, please.
Well, first, want to, give credit to Missouri State, Dana, his staff. They've had a year that they've dealt with a lot of stuff and handled it with tremendous class. And I thought, finished the season playing their best basketball. You watch them against Murray State today, and I thought yesterday, and then obviously against us today. They're playing at a really high level, and that's what you want for your team. So credit to them on a really good year. This league is brutally tough. So we knew coming in, I told these guys it was going to be a street fight, and that's what it was. They're so big and so physical. We talked about before the game. If we didn't win, it was going to be because we couldn't match their physicality, on the glass, in the post, and, in the ball screen defense. And I thought, it would be that we settled against their zone and turned it over. First half, a lot of those things happened. They beat us up on the glass. I thought, we didn't necessarily we got 5 shots blocked in the first half, so our rim decisions were pretty poor. So I thought they kind of controlled the game. We turned it over a bunch. I thought the first half, our offense was their best offense, shot blocks and turnovers. So second half, I thought we really played Indiana State basketball. Julian Larry, the job he did on Alston Mason was phenomenal. Ryan with some really timely shots, but Julian was, 9 points, 9 assists. But the job he did on Mason, Alston Mason was fantastic. And of course, guys did a great job in the zone. So proud of them. It's a really good win, but we got to reset, and we're going to have another same type of game tomorrow, whether that's Belmont or Northern Iowa.
Start right here in the aisle. First question. Thank you.
Coach, were you guys thrilled that Missouri State decided to go with some bigger lineups to start the second half? Do you think that helped you guys at all?
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, we were worried about, how we were going to match up with them. Defensively, they were kind of looked like kind of a zone, and then they were playing some switching man, and they were trying to more confuse us, than anything. So my biggest concern going the second half was, were we going to be able to guard them? We had to have Ryan guard Edwards because they were so big, and then could we rebound with them? So, I understood the move on Dana's part. Obviously, it didn't work out great for them in terms of we were able to, anytime you make a move like that, you're hoping that, you're basically pitting your size against our speed, and hoping that the size overwhelms the speed. That's the mismatch. But we were able to, I think, counter that with the quickness and got some good looks. And credit our guys, stuck some threes. Julian and Jayson made big threes early in the second half, and I think that got them out of it there pretty quick.
Coach, you only went 7 deep with the rotation today, which is pretty normal for you guys, but how are the rotations moving forward going to be affected by not having any off days in between?
I don't think they'll be affected. I think we feel comfortable with 7. I mean, we could certainly play a little more, but, our guys are in great shape. We did it in Vegas, with the same deal. We played 3 games in 3 days in Las Vegas. And, I think our guys, it's this time of year, it's whatever it takes, at this stage, you're playing. And if you can't get turned up and find a second gear, extra gear at this time, you're doing the wrong thing. This is as good as it gets if you're a player or a coach, and I know our guys will be ready to roll tomorrow.
Right here in front, gentlemen.
Question for Jayson. You had 14 rebounds today. You've put up 20 in the past, this season. Talk about how your rebounding ability kind of put the Sycamores on top.
My rebounding definitely is a big part. We got the best 3 guards in the league, and with my size, I got to, clean up, do some of the dirty work and get on the offensive glass and defensive glass because, we have some of a mismatch, but, if I can get in there, get some rebounds and, help us, and that's what I do.
On the aisle, thank you.
Jayson, this is your guys' second straight semifinal bid here, berth, if you can call it, in the Missouri Valley Championship. What does that mean to you guys? How big is that for the program right now?
It's really big for us. We were 1 rebound away last year, So this game is, this semifinal is a little bit more because we know to get 2, we got to get 1, and this is just a big statement for us and the program.
And then Ryan, in that first half, you guys were up 12. Missouri State answers with a 10-0 run. Second half, you guys go up 12 again. They hit a three, and then I saw Coach Schertz like immediately called a timeout, got you guys kind of, in the huddle, and sent a message to you guys. Did you feel like there was any kind of message there, or what can you tell me was kind of like what you guys need to focus on and not squander that lead?
First and foremost, I want to say all glory to God. I think that just kind of showed our togetherness, through the ebbs and flows of the game, going on a run and then them going on a run and Schertz calling a timeout. It just allowed us just to, refocus, relock in, and, be able to go back out there and play, how we know how to play. So.
Go ahead.
Coach, I just want to ask you about the second half adjustments, along with Robbie, just having a difficult time down low against Benson and their defense, as they were really stalling him offensively here today in his production.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything. I mean, I thought, Robbie did a good job. They're so athletic down there. They erase so many plays at the rim. It's, they did block a ton of shots, and sometimes we were seeing ghosts. But I thought Robbie gave us a post presence down there. I thought he did a good job. He sealed, got some angles. When we went on the run, I just got Robbie out for a break with about 11 minutes to go. I was going to, sit him to the 8-minute media, just trying to buy him some time. And, I told the guys in there we won the game with, playing Jabo at the 5, Jake at the 4, and playing 2-3 zone. That's where we kind of, created separation, which, didn't expect, but obviously pleasantly surprised. So, but Kent was in foul trouble. He had 4. Robbie had 3. We had to go small. I just felt like if we were going to be that small, we couldn't play him man. So we went zone. I thought Jake Wolf underratedly gave us really good minutes tonight. I mean, offensive rebound, dagger 3 first half to Ryan. Bunch of tough plays. Thought he did an outstanding job for us off the bench. He and Jabo were really good for us, and having that depth is a positive for us going here down the home stretch.
Andre Allen, thank you.
Just a quick question for Ryan. When you're a guard in a matchup like this against a team that has that kind of size, what's it kind of take to flip it to where it's your style of game where you're winning with speed versus size? And what was kind of the feeling just when you got it to that point and just the momentum of kind of knowing you're asserting your will?
Yeah, going to the game, we kind of talked about that, knowing that, they are a bigger team, and you kind of just got to really just be able to find, the matchups, like they would switch 5 sometimes, and, we would go into the post on Robbie, or a slower guy, one of their bigs would get on one of the guards. So it's really just, attacking the different matchups and being able to, score like that. So.
Back in front.
Coach, one more question I have for Julian Larry, just about his performance defensively and just how you guys are so energized getting him involved more and just the effect he has on this game in the second half.
Yeah, he was, in my opinion, he was the best player on the floor. I mean, he had, the 9 points, 9 assists, but the job he did defensively on Mason, who I think is one of the best guards in the league. He, Jude's one of those guys that, he makes a lot of plays that show up in the stat sheet. He also makes a lot of invisible plays that, maybe don't. He had a lot of, we had 23 assists tonight. He had 9 of them, but he also had some hockey assists where he was touching paint, forcing rotation, and getting off the ball and finding guys. He probably guarded, I would say conservatively, 75 ball screens, 50, to 75 ball screens. He was getting through, getting hit all night. He's just, I've said it many times, he's as good a winner as I've ever been around. He's an elite winner. And, everybody, there's a lot, it's not synonymous. You could be a great player, not be a great winner. You could be a great winner, not be a great player. Best players are both, but Julian Larry is as good a winner as I've been around in my career.
Next question is on Zoom from the back. The Valley will read it.
We have a question from Mike Reeves. He asks, how close do you think you are to playing your best basketball at this time?
Is that for me, I guess?
Is it for the coach?
I think it's for all 3.
Okay, then we'll go with Jayson first, and then Ryan, and then follow with Josh.
I feel like we're reaching our peak. Coach always says you want to play your best in March, and I feel like through these past games we definitely have, and we're not finished yet, so I feel like we can still continue to even get better even more through each game.
I feel like we're definitely, getting to that point. Yeah, I feel like we're definitely getting to that point, but, it's always more work to put in, but I think we're getting there, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key, be at your best when it matters most, and certainly elimination time is when it matters most, right? I mean, there's not, the time for, improving or, hey, we got to get better at this, like that's all over with. Now it's one game seasons. You got to earn the opportunity to play again. And so I do feel like we're in a good space, you know, and we finished the season playing high stakes games, trying to win the regular season title. There was a lot of pressure down the stretch run to finish that season off right. And you come right here and it cranks right up. But you know, if you're a competitor, these are the times you feel most alive, you know, when it's all hanging in the balance and it's you know, every game's game 7. So I think we're playing good basketball, but, you know, it's going to, we'll see tomorrow. Every one, you got to reprove it every single time. So we'll have, tonight was a street fight, today was a street fight. We'll be right back in with another big-time game in the semifinals tomorrow. Either one of these teams will present a tremendous challenge.
We have time for 2 questions, one on the aisle here and then on the stand, middle camera. Go, please.
So Ryan, today you led the team in plus minus as you were plus 23. With your shot maybe not falling the way you would like it to, how do you think you impact winning?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I have the ability to score,